Okay, so screen nampak
Nampak sah.
Screen nampak. Alright, so untuk chapter 1 ni ada dalam 4-5 slide je ya, because chapter 1 is more on introduction. Okay, tapi sebelum tu ya, you have to bear in mind ya that project planning and control ni bermaksud you kena plan dulu when before you start the project, you need to have proper planning, and then at the same time control ni dia lebih kepada supervision. Supervision ni means that how do you want to track the progress project, how do you want to ensure that dia punya project punya progress run smoothly, tak ada masalah dan sebagainya. Okay, so but before that kita nak tengok chapter 1 which is project life cycle kitaran hidup sesebuah project lah. Tetapi before this masa you belajar principle of project management, project mesti ada start dan project mesti ada end. Okay, so di mana dia start, di situlah dia end. Tapi end tu dia subjektif, sama ada adakah dia end dengan cara yang baik ataupun end dengan cara yang tak baik. Kalau end dengan cara yang baik, that means that is successful. Kalau yang end pula, dia ada biasanya projek tu adalah projek yang bermasalah lah. Okay, learning outcomes. At the end of this chapter, you will learn on the overview and project life cycles pattern. Okay, so pengenalan dan juga inilah dia punya trend trend pergerakan projek Okay, going back to the last module principle of project management. Okay, a project is an interrelated set of activity. Bermaksud set tugas-tugas yang ada kaitan dengan satu sama lain. That has definite starting, dia ada starting dan dia ada ending. Towards achieving a unique outcomes. Ini remember dulu masa kita belajar principle, salah satu karakteristik of a project adalah it must be unique. Maknanya project tu usually special. Projek bina rumah dekat KL tak sama dengan projek bina rumah dekat Shah Alam for example. Ya, ataupun projek untuk bina MRT, hanya ada satu je lah projek bina MRT kan, tak ada projek lain dah kan. So therefore to achieve this unique outcome, they need to come up with the interrelated set of activities. Bermakna set tugas-tugas tertentu lah. Sama macam you organize event, maknanya ada tugas-tugas khas lah that means a special task need to be performed. Okay, so three characteristic of a project. Apakah ciri-ciri, tiga ciri-ciri project? So the first one, single unit. Okay, because single unit ni dia ada related dengan unique outcome. Single quantity product with a unit goal. So that's why kalau you tengok most of the project are quite special. Okay, which is not a routine but it's more on projects. Alright, yang kedua, many related activities, okay, which is refer to this definition. Okay, excuse me a second. Okay, many related activities, that means they are performed in the sequence. Maksudnya dia follow by process. Nak bina rumah, of course kena bina tiang dulu. Mana boleh bina atap terus kan? So there must be a sequence and need to be followed religiously lah. Maknanya kena follow the procedures and so on. And the third one, difficult to estimate completion time. Yang ni subjective because we never know when the project will be completed. Sometimes project boleh siap 2 tahun. The earlier the better. Tapi kalau ada masalah, it cannot be completed within 2 years. Maybe it can be completed within 2.5 years or 3 years. Because sometimes due to variability of each task. Okay, sebab bila dah task special, that means interrelated set of activities. Ada satu task kena siap 3 minggu. Ada satu task have to be completed within 2 months. Tapi 2 months tu pun belum tentu boleh completed kan. So, it depends. Ada projek bermasalah disebabkan oleh tugas-tugas tertentu. Particular task that cannot be completed. So, we never expected that the completion time will be followed exactly. So, that is a overview of the project. Dia tak kira sama ada projek fizikal ataupun projek yang intangible. That means yang more on bukan fizikal lah, macam events dan sebagainya. Alright. Project life cycle pattern. Okay, this one is something new. Alright, most of project grow to life cycle that varies with the size and complexity of a project. So, they have to go through these 8 phases. Ada 8 fasa. tetapi dia punya timing tu berbeza, ya. Timing from first life cycle to the last life cycle differs based on size and complexity of the project. Okay, rule of thumb simple je. Makin sulit projek tersebut, ya, that means makin kompleks, masa yang diambil tu makin lama. Ya, the longer time take to complete the project if there is more complexity. Kalau projek tu mudah, senang, cepatlah. Okay, lagi satu size. Kalau projek tu bersaiz kecil, contoh bina 3 rumah, insyaAllah lah boleh siap cepat lah. Tetapi but kalau projek tu saiz besar, buat 20 rumah, that means they will take a longer time rather than three houses. Yeah. It will generally follow the pattern as per below. So these are the 8 phases. Ya, kita akan tengok satu persatu. Of course, kita akan start with concept and end up with termination. Okay, let's go through one by one. Okay, the first fasa ataupun the first phase ialah concept. Concept ni means that you come up with the basic ideas of what the project is all about. Okay, so let's say you come up with the project of building to build a football field, contohnya nak bina padang bola. So you must have an basic idea macam mana nak bentuk padang bola, and then dari segi ukuran dia macam mana, jenis rumput apa nak pakai, ya. Ataupun another basic ideas ialah, let's say you want to have project untuk agriculture, untuk develop tanah untuk tanam sayur-sayuran dan sebagainya. Of course, you must have a basic ideas. Tanaman apa yang you nak kena buat, jenis tanah apa yang you nak kena ada, baja apa yang you nak kena dapat, lepas tu benih apa yang you need to have, and then dia punya design kebun tersebut, ya. So it's all benda tu belum start lagi, tapi but at least you have some concept in your mind. Business case, statement of requirements, scope, dia punya ciri-ciri dia, specification and so on. Okay, tu yang pertama. Okay, once you dah ada idea, you dah you come up with your master plan. Okay, you need to test. That means feasibility. Test for technical, uji technical dulu, jangan main buat terus. Of course, you just need some sample untuk test. And then also investment appraisal. Masa tu you have to do some budgeting, kira costing dan sebagainya. And then commercial and financial viability, sekiranya you need loan ataupun pinjaman mikro dan sebagainya, you kena tengok apa option-option yang ada. Tetapi mostly feasibility is based test for technical. That means you kena test lah tanah tu sesuai ke tidak. Lepas tu apa lagi? Dia punya kawasan tu you nak kena tengok kuat hujan ke, hujan kuat ke dan sebagainya. So a lot of technical test that you need to be done. Different project have different test, technical test. Tu yang kedua. Okay, bila dah buat technical test, dah test semua, dah cantik, dah okay, and then baru you buat penilaian, evaluation. Maknanya self-evaluation. Application for funds ni bergantung kepada yang ni tadilah. Commercial and financial. Sama ada, okay, you nak bank A ke, bank B ke, bank C. Let's say if you want to have a loan. Ataupun pinjaman mikro ke, and then you dah decide and then you buat permohonan. Stating risk, this one kenal pasti risiko-risiko yang ada that you need to counter later on in the future. We never know what will happen. And then pilihan, that means alternative B dan sebagainya. TCQ criteria, that means total, actually TQC, total quality control. Ini saya silap kat sini. TQC, total quality control criteria, TCQ criteria. Sebab kita nak uji quality. Will this project deliver is desirable quality? Tu yang ketiga. Okay. Itu evaluation. Yang keempat, authorization. Kita buat projek ni mestilah kena ada lesen ataupun kena apply, minta permit kan. Okay, so authorization, once you dah tadi ada idea, dah test cantik, lepas tu you buat penilaian untuk dana, lepas tu risiko yang ada, lepas tu quality control, and then kemudian authorization, that means minta kebenaran pada pihak berkuasa lah, dari segi approval, kebenaran, permit, maknanya lesen, condition, kalau ada syarat-syarat nak kena ikut, and project strategy. Mungkin kalau project strategy ni kalau you ada project with other agencies macam government agencies, ya, majlis pembandaran ke majlis bandaraya dan sebagainya. So of course you need those approvals, ya, ataupun consent daripada mereka. Kalau tidak, when you do a project, ya, diorang tak benarkan, that means there is no use of that. Okay, kelima, implementation, pelaksanaan. This is a crucial stage, implementation. Okay, because you dah ada feasibility, dah test technical, prototype apa semua, so you need to design, development design. Procurements, kena dapatkan barang-barang dari segi raw materials dan sebagainya. Fabrication, maknanya kasih cantik, dan installation, pemasangan. Ni installation ni kalau melibatkan mesin lah. So kena ada installation semua, and then kalau you buat project kebun, of course you design kebun tersebut lah, kena make sure that they will be meet a specification. Okay, bila dah implement ni usually ambil masa yang lama, and then after that it will be completion ni dah siap lah. Okay, once you dah siap, dah pasang semua cantik, and then you will do a test again. And then once dah okay, hand over to client. Okay, maknanya because sometimes client ask you or pay you to implement a project, and then you ask a client to test again whether is it okay or any improvement needed and so on. And then post project appraisal means that there will be an evaluation whether you will get a good feedback ataupun bad feedback. Okay, bila dah siap, and then operation in terms of revenue earning period, production and maintenance. Ini operation ni lebih kepada bila projek dah siap. Contoh projek tanaman dah siap. Dia tak siap macam tu je. Of course you kena buat some maintenance ataupun routine operation. Kena jalan benda tu lah. If they have maintenance, you need to do maintenance. If that you need daily operation, maknanya you kena buat daily operation lah. And then of course revenue earning ni means that you kena collect sales. Kalau you ada buat sales, for example revenue earning period, let's say project untuk buat taman tema. Okay, theme park. Once theme park dah siap, dia tak siap macam itu je. Kena operate, kena jalan, and then you kena collect money lah, daripada customer-customer yang nak datang sana. Okay, so bila operation berjalan, of course ada maintenance lah. There will be a routine maintenance. And then the last one, termination of the project. That means you tamat project tersebut because the project is already completed. And then you close down the project. You boleh tutup buku, decommissioning and also disposal. Disposal ni means that buang barang-barang yang dah tak pakai. Decommissioning ni means that you dah berhenti untuk bayar ke klien ke dan sebagainya lah. So of course, there actually after termination dia ada macam postmortem to see any improvement need to do in the future. As a conclusion, start dengan idea, kemudian you test dahulu, buat pra-testing, and then you buat penilaian. Penilaian ni that means penilaian sebelum jalankan projek in terms of return on investment, in terms of pinjaman yang ada, lepas tu risiko-risiko yang ada. Kemudian bila dah buat penilaian, of course kena minta consent dengan pihak berkuasa, baru you boleh jalan. And then dah siap, you kena buat test sekali lagi to ensure any improvement ataupun kalau dah perfect lagi cantik lah. And then operation, kena run benda tu setiap hari. And then the last one, termination, tutup buku. Okay, Zuki, ada apa-apa soalan ke setakat ni?
No sir, so far clear.
So far clear. So you nampak dia punya flow project maknanya daripada idea sampailah habis. Okay, sampai habis. Alright. Okay, thank you.